Hey, it's Dorleen. Welcome to my channel and my creative life. Today I'm going to be creating a title for layout using print then cut in Cricut Design Space. So I knew that I wanted to use some beer bottles because this is a 40s for 40 birthday layout, and that's what my title is going to say. So I scrolled through the images when I searched for beer, and I came out with a couple of them, put them on my canvas, and just situating them on the canvas. So the one that's highlighted here, the one over to the right, I'm going to be clicking the edit button up on top to get me the offset icon, because I'm going to be doing technically an offset, but I'm going to click 0 for the size because I want it to just be 100% the exact same size as this bottle. And then once I do that, I'm going to change it to white, but I'm also going to go to the contour and hide all of the elements. I'm going to change it to white like I had mentioned, and now I'm moving it to the back of the bottle because otherwise it would have just been the line drawing. And the reason why I noticed that was because I could see the grid lines from the canvas, so I decided to do that. Now I could have made this any color. I'm just doing white for now because I'm not sure what I'm doing yet. Group that together, so that's one image. I got rid of the other one. I knew I wasn't going to use that bottle. I'm pretty sure I'm using one of the two of these. So my next thought was, okay, now I'm doing the actual title. So I clicked on text and I typed the word 40s, and then I just scrolled through the thousands of Cricut fonts available and found one that I thought would work. I just wanted it kind of masculine, which sounds really weird to think of a font, but I wanted it just like this, all caps, just kind of basic, nothing fancy. But I did want to change that F-O-R to a fancier one just to give it a little variety. So I worked with sizes, I'm changing some colors and just kind of playing around with it. Look I really like the way this looks. You see how I'm playing with the size of the bottle as well. Most of making a title or any really project, a lot of it is just kind of playing around, seeing what you like. And the nice thing is you don't lose anything by playing around because you can always hit the undo button or, go back or start all over again. It doesn't really matter, right? So the first thing, once I did that one, I went ahead and grouped it, and then I duplicated it because I'm basically going to use the same text with this other bottle. You see there how I changed the color to brown? And I'm basically just doing the exact same thing, playing with what I had already done, just with the two bottles, which I really like how that looks like they're clinking. It's more of a celebration, especially since, like I mentioned, this is a birthday celebration. So I thought that was really cool. Originally, I put an offset on the entire thing, just like I did there. And I changed the background to white because that offset will always default to like a dark gray. I did not want dark gray. And again, took away the elements that are in the middle of the offset. So now I have two different styles, which I like, and I'm thinking, okay, I do like this. Save it before I do anything, or before I go further, I'm going to save it because I don't want to lose anything that I'm doing. Now, I do like the way these looks, but like I mentioned, do I like it like it? So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make a duplicate, and then I'm going to flatten it. And when you flatten images, that is what makes it into a print then cut. So I did the flatten. I kept the cut, if you want to call it that, the regular cuts, because I thought just in case I don't like it, I want to keep my original artwork because I don't want to start all over again if I don't like it. So I'm going to move those kind of to the side, just like I said, just in case. And I think I might even hide them. And how you hide images is you click on it, and then over there on the far right, there'll be like a little eyeball icon. You just click on that and there'll be like a dash through it so you can hide it, which is what I just did right there. And I am going to play around with it a little bit more. I do decide to add some circles and add some shapes. So you're going to see me playing around with that. But again, the nice thing is to save it every so often because you don't want to lose your work. And also, like I mentioned, sometimes I know this is really what I like. So let me just make a duplicate of it and hide it, because just in case, which what I did right there, just in case I don't like what I'm doing, I can always go back. I don't need to start from the beginning. But before I get too far, I just wanted to let you know, please give me a thumbs up if you like this video. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. I do post at least 2 videos a week. One is always scrapbooking or something to do with scrapbooking, and the other is whatever it is I'm creating in my craft room, which is called the Command Center, and also my blog. All that information will be in the information box. So let's get back to the title and the print and cut title. I like the way that circle looks. And so I'm going to take that original with or the other one with the 2 bottles and kind of do the same thing with the circle. I just think it adds a little different shape to the title instead of just kind of a wonky, the offset around the images. And so I'm going to play around with that a little bit more. You see here, I'm still kind of playing with the size, the fonts, because I'm changing the background of the circle, and I'm also going to do another layer of the circle. So I'm just playing, folks, and that's the fun part of it, is just play, because you don't know what you like until you play with it. And if you're really not sure, there's so many projects on Cricut Design Space. Somebody may have done something exactly what you want to do. So sometimes I check there too, because why recreate the wheel, especially if it's something you like. But the main key is when you do create something and you want to print then cut it, you do have to flatten the image, but you have to flatten it to something. So usually that's where that offset button comes in, or even one of the shapes, because you want to put a shape or an offset around it, and then gather the entire thing and then hit flatten, and then it'll flatten to that shape. So when you cut it, or when Cricut cuts it, it'll cut around the outside of the shape versus all the elements in the inside. I hope that makes sense. I use print and cut a lot, especially when the font's really small and it would just be too much to try to paper piece or glue every single individual piece. But here's the final layout. Look at, isn't that so cute? Again, nothing fancy, but perfect for the layout and perfect for that kind of masculine feel, which is exactly what this layout needed. Thank you so much for watching. I truly do appreciate it. Bye.